Hi everybody, welcome back to another lesson in my level 3 beginner piano course. In this video we're going to learn Mozart's Rondo in D, K.15D. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons. If you're looking for one, there's going to be information below. As you could hear from the performance, this piece is very childlike and very kind of playful, light and easy. But don't be fooled by the easy notes and the very light sound. It's actually quite difficult to get it right and to get the articulation right. The piece is full of very short slurs and staccatos, and these have to be observed all the way through, so lots of care has to be taken when you approach articulation. The piece is in 6/8, so we have 6/8 note or 6 quaver beats in every bar, and we are in the key of D major because this chapter is all about D major, so 2 sharps, every F and every C is going to be sharp. The piece starts with an upbeat, and this upbeat is going to, or pickup measure, and this is going to carry on throughout, and as you can see at the end we have a repeat sign, so we need to play it twice before we finish. Now the left hand has an accompaniment which is a broken chord, an Alberti bass, but it's a slightly different pattern because we are in 6/8, so the pattern lasts for 3 beats instead of the usual 2 beats, the bottom, top, middle, top. Here it's bottom, top, middle, top, which can be very confusing when you first start playing it. The right hand plays the beautiful tune, and this is a sequence, a rising sequence with a scale coming down at the end of the first section before the repetition starts again, and we have to really shape the melody and emphasize the melody over the left hand accompaniment. So let's start with the left hand. We're going to block out the chords. So in the first bar we have a D major chord, D, F sharp, A. In the second bar we have again a D major chord, D, F sharp, A, and in the next bar we have D, G, B, which is a G major chord before it goes back to the D major chord in the second half of bar 4. Then we have a G, G sharp, and A, and then it repeats. Now let's have a look at this first 2 lines first, counting. So we have 16th notes, and that means that 2 16th notes are going to be played in 1 beat. Now this is very important because before, when we learned about 16th notes or semiquavers, we learned that we can play 4 in a quarter note or a crotchet, so in 1 beat, but now the beat is an eighth or a quaver, so that means 2 16th notes are going to fit into 1 beat. So we can count like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever is easier to count for you, you can say and, or if you can play 2 notes and just say 1, then do that, but make sure they are really even all the way through. Now, as with any broken chord pattern, especially Alberti bass, we have to make sure that this runs very smoothly all the way through. We don't have a slur above it, but obviously we're going to play it legato, as this broken chord accompaniment carries the right hand melody, which has more interesting articulation. So what you want to do is really round the hand, make sure it's a nice rounded shape, curved fingers, and have a little bit of rotation between the edges of the hand as you move across the notes. So right, middle, right, rotating back. So not keeping the hand in one static position and playing just from the fingers like this, where the hand is not moving at all. We want that slight rotation of the hand so it accommodates for the 2 edges or the 2 outer fingers when we play those notes of the broken chord. So very evenly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and back to the D. So what happens in bar 4, the pattern changes slightly because we go back to the bottom note for the 3rd beat and the 6th beat. Be careful there. And then number 3 on the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and landing back on the D. So that was the first 2 lines of the left hand. I'm going to break it down into 2-line sections because then I can show the sheet music on the screen. So very, very smoothly rounded hands and evenly all the way through without any tension and any hesitations or any kind of speeding up, slowing down, and no unnecessary accents anywhere. Right hand. So right hand is going to start in this D position. So 1 on the A, 3 on the D, and we start with a staccato upbeat. First, I'm going to play through just the notes without any articulation so we can really focus on the finger numbers and where the melody goes, and then we're going to add in the articulation as well. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the melody. So we've got, again, mostly 8th notes quavers, but the final scale is going to be 16th notes or semiquavers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, one thing you noticed instantly, we have a lot of repeated notes, and the repeated notes can be played or should be played with alternating finger numbers as we learned in previous lessons. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's going to make it even more playful, lighter, and more elegant. So, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 1, 3, 2. So just really swapping around the fingers. It doesn't matter which one you use as long as you alternate and you play the repeated note with a different finger number. Now let's see the articulation. We're going to start on a staccato. 6, connect, bounce, hold. So bounce, connect, bounce, hold. And that slur in the beginning of the bar needs to be nicely, so strong, light, bounce, hold. So really important to pay attention to this articulation because that's what makes this piece really difficult to play. And classical era music, Mozart era music, was all about very crisp and very accurate articulation. So, bounce, connect, bounce, hold, bounce, connect, bounce, hold, drop, bounce, hold, bounce, and beautifully coming down. So you have these drop slurs, A, B, B, C, and finally finishing on the D and back to A, and number 3, 3, 3, and there we are. So let's put it hands together, right hand starting on the A, left hand in this rounded broken chord pattern, going very slowly and being very careful that the left hand is sustaining the legato while the right hand is doing all the staccatos, coordination of articulation. So, bounce, hold, bounce, bounce, hold, drop, bounce, and that's the end of the first section. As we climb up towards the D, we're going to do a crescendo, and as we come down this beautiful scale of 16th notes, we're going to do a diminuendo. And then we go on to the second half of the piece from bar 6, which is kind of the repetition of the first section but ends slightly differently. Left hand, D major, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G major, D major, and now G, A, D, D. So an A major followed by D major dominant tonic, as always. So once again, G, A, octave, D, octave. So 1, 5, 1, 5, very lightly on these octaves. We don't need to push them very strong. Right hand, again, the upbeat is in the previous section, so we go from the A staccato, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we have a double note F sharp A, 6. And here, quite a difficult passage, 1, 3 on the G, B, connecting to 1, 4 on the E, C sharp, and connecting to F sharp, D. So here we have a legato movement between sixes. So 1, 3, hold down the 3, lift up the 1, 1, 4, and connect to the 2, 5 on the F sharp, D. So you need fairly big hands for this, but really important to try to do this legato. And if you hear something like this, then you really need to concentrate and lean in towards the shorter fingers to make sure they go down perfectly together. So again, 1, 3, lift up the 1, hold down the 3, connect it to 1, 4, and connect it to 2, 5. There we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th beat is the upbeat going back to the repetition. So hands together. 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keeping it connected. And this beautiful ending, very lightly. The left hand is bouncing like on fluffy clouds. And that's the end of the second section. So lots of articulation in this piece, and that's what's going to make it very hard. The counting and the pattern could be a little bit challenging too, but I think the notes are fairly simple to memorize. It's really the clarity and the articulation that's going to be a big challenge in this piece. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and I hope it's going to teach you a challenge that you can master by the end of it and ready to go on to the next piece.